Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Chaffee on this Tuesday, where if we looked at the satellite from yesterday, it really hasn't changed too much with what's going on. And what you see is this very broad trough that's covering pretty much all of the eastern part of anywhere east of the Rockies. We have this just broad system in the upper atmosphere. And what's happening is we have a series of waves that are moving down and around it, and we've got the first wave from yesterday and last night has moved to the east. Just a little bit of drying going on today, very little. And here's the second wave that is now getting ready to move northeastward up the coast, and there is yet a third wave that is going to move down and around as we move into Thursday and Friday. So it's a very busy pattern here in the east. And this is all a result of the blocking that's set up over the weekend that is beginning to weaken enough to allow this weather system to move, albeit slowly. And if you look out here, we can see the back edge of a storm that's sitting out near or just east of the Azores. This is the same one that was southeast of Newfoundland yesterday. It's just been kind of creeping along to the east. So at least it's allowing some room for this weather system to start progressing a little further eastward. But still, a lot of work to do with regards to dealing with these waves that are going to be moving down and around. And it's rather puzzling in terms of how this is going to play out with this wave that's coming up for tonight. And I'll show you why in just a second. Now, in the west, fairly quiet. You can see the back edge of that trough here. And we've got some weather going on up into the southwestern provinces of Canada. But as far as the west coast is concerned, it's very dry. You get some morning low clouds. You can pick them out on the satellite view. Some of this is actually even snow cover probably in the higher mountains. A bit of a low way out here in the Pacific, but otherwise the west is at the moment fairly quiet. Now, with respect to the risks for severe weather today, I just want to show you, first off, we've got flood watches up through the Carolinas going on. We also it looks like we have some kind of severe thunderstorm. I'm not sure if that's a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch. Let's see, what do we got here? No watch, just at least at this time of the day, which is at 10 in the morning, we're looking at the potential for some severe weather down in this particular area here. Moving back over to today in terms of the risk factor, and I'll put the radar on so you can see what's going on at the moment. You've got a large area of marginal risk across much of the southern part of the Gulf states through the southeast, and you've got two areas of slight risk, one through the South Carolina and Georgia back into southeastern Alabama and just touching northern Florida, and another area of slight risk in South Texas for today. And that crying is my dog who's under the table right now. Relax, Cody. Okay, just relax. All right, so let's move it along to the radar. Yeah, come on. Now, I never can have a clean discussion around here with one of the animals not getting in the way. And here you've got the weather that's going on this morning. Now, here's the rain that is now into northeastern North Carolina and Virginia. And it's moving northeastward. Now, if this northern flank doesn't extend itself, it would seem to me like this is all going to affect mostly coastal areas from New Jersey, maybe to just north of New York City, southern Connecticut, and Long Island for tonight, or at least into southern New Jersey, probably late this afternoon or this evening, but then during the overnight as this second wave moves on by. And the surface is setting up for this because we have northeast winds up and down the coast from southeastern New England right down across Long Island, New Jersey, down into Delaware and Virginia. And you can see the temperatures are all in the upper 50s and low 60s. So we're setting up for a wave that's going to pass to our east offshore. But the question is that flank of rain. Now, most of the models agree with this coastal idea. And if you look at the GFS from last night, this is light rain that backs just west of New York City, never actually gets into northern New Jersey. And you actually have a nice little wrapped up low that's sitting off the Delaware coast, moving northeastward. Now here comes that last wave of the series. You got 1, 2, and 3. So the last wave of the series then pivots down and around. And this wave pulls out tomorrow. Not much happens until tomorrow night and Thursday morning. You start to see this large area of rain and some thunderstorms from the Ohio Valley all the way down into northern Florida. That swings up in here on Thursday with some rain and a decent southeast inflow, so there might be some 1 inch plus amounts with this. The actual surface low winds up going into northeast Ohio and then redevelops just east of the New Jersey coast. We've seen that happen a lot this year. That is going to move away to the northeast. Possibly some leftover showers on Friday running around. They should be scattered in nature until the low pulls out. Now we go into the holiday weekend, and I still think that at least for the northeastern part of the country, Saturday is going to be the better of the 3 weekend days. It looks like it should be dry, although there might be cloud issues, and you actually have some showers in the Ohio Valley that are moving northeastward, some light showers with a low that's back over into Missouri. A bit of a warm front that's setting up here, and then that lifts up, tries to lift up on Sunday. Doesn't quite stay organized. I think it's going to be a question of whether these showers hold together or not, but I think the clouds will certainly be here. This would argue for at least a few showers running around on Sunday, and then increasing Sunday night. Still some running around on Monday, and actually a bit of an onshore flow here. So I think except for Saturday, where there might be some breaks of sun, Sunday and Monday don't look especially promising. From the standpoint of rain, I would say it's probably not going to be a complete washout, but there's going to be some showers around to deal with for the holiday weekend. And even into Tuesday of next week, we still have shower issues before weather conditions improve. And yet there's another system that follows from there. So this pattern is certainly a result of the blocking that we have. And I'm just going to take a look at the west as we roll through all this. And you see a lot of the action in the west. There's some scattered precipitation, but nothing overly organized here. It looks like some rain gets into Colorado toward the end of the week and then moves up into Nebraska and into parts of Iowa. Maybe a little bit of severe weather with this across the lower and middle Mississippi Valley as we move through the weekend and into next week. But, you know, this is the time of year now where weather systems, you know, you get all these annoying little weather systems running around. There's no one big system dominating everything. So, you know, you have to deal with areas of showers that come through every day almost, or maybe with a one-day break in between. And when we look at what's going on with the upper air, I think this, you know, this really just pretty much tells the tale here. Backing it up, you know, we can start with from yesterday where you just still see the remnants of that blocking high. Okay, so right in there, it's just still there. Never was quite as strong as the last one, but it was strong enough. And here's that low between Newfoundland and the Azores yesterday. Here's that next trough, you know, very broad trough. So you've got, you know, these disturbances that run around it. And until that upper low pivots east, you're going to deal with these spokes. It's kind of like spokes on a bicycle wheel that just spin around. And as each spoke goes by, you get into some rain. And here, this one actually, with this upper low diving down to the south like this, it's actually a fairly dynamic spoke for the end of the week. Another trough, another upper low drops down near Lake Winnipeg. And once that lifts up on Sunday, you know, this first thing lifts out, get a little drying on Saturday, and then the next one starts to come in for Sunday and Monday. Now, as we go longer term, you know, there's still some sense of blocking next week in, I'm sorry, not blocking, troughing in the east. And you can see it here. There's a low that's trapped, somewhat trapped northwest of the Azores, and you've got a ridge in the west. So, you know, this is going to allow for troughing to continue in the eastern part of the United States. And moving through next week to see what happens, that trough lifts out. You know, a little bit of a ridge starts to build in around. Now we're up to June 4th, June 5th, Sunday, Monday. And then the next series of little shortwave troughs start to move along. Still have that trough here, that tendency for troughing to continue in the eastern states. We've got lower pressures over Greenland toward the end of this period, so it's not a blocking situation. So at least from the standpoint of things slowing down to a grinding halt, that probably won't happen. But we have a lot of these little weather systems that are going to be moving along in the flow. And of course, at this point, hurricane season would have been a week into it. And again, models, you're going to start seeing them spin up little things, and there actually is something that it wants to spin up toward the end of the long range period. That's fantasy land, and it's not even, I just throw it out there because I just want you to know that if you look at these models on Tropical Tidbits or on any of the weather websites, Tropical Tidbits is the best one to use. But if you look at these, you're going to see these long range models show these lows spinning up, and I would say 9.5 times out of 10 they wind up not existing. If you start to see them inside 10 days, you should raise your eyebrows a little bit. The models did some models did do well with certain systems late in the tropical season last year, where they picked them up very early and kind of stayed with them all along. And a few of them did wind up developing, but the vast majority that the models show with regard to these tropical systems do not. So just bear that in mind. So let's move forward for the rest of today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, if you haven't already. You get notifications of any new videos, and the subscription is absolutely free. Just hit the little red subscribe button on the channel page. I would really appreciate it. And if you would too, share the YouTube channel with your friends, and maybe they might be into weather as much as you are, and enjoy what I do on a daily basis. And you can check out, of course, all the website posts on meteorologistjoechaffee.com, and Angry Ben, Ben Scott, my friend, does New York City weather on nycweathernow.com. Have a great day.